Welcome to In a World with Real Media. I'm your host, Brad Burrow. In this podcast, we'll dive into the lives of the most successful people in business. We'll learn how they overcame adversity, took advantage of opportunities, and learned from their experiences. Learn from our experts, get inspired, then go live your story. It's In a World with Real Media. Hello and welcome to In a World with Real Media. I'm your host, Brad Burrow, and today we have four very special guests with us here today. And these are all the boys from Pine Cove and from K-State and Texas A&M. And so we thought we'd do a podcast today and kind of learn a little bit about Pine Cove and kind of what's going on with these boys. Pretty amazing things happening. So we got Bennett.
Yep.
We got Levi. We got Carson and Puppy.
Let's go.
That was his name, by the way, when he was born. Did you guys know that?
We did know that.
So I got the privilege of delivering Puppy.
This is true.
The doctor let me deliver him.
Wow.
And when he came out, I said, "Hey, Puppy."
Yep.
That was his name.
That's right. I always let people know that his name is Puppy.
Yeah.
He introduces himself.
Yeah, pretty
It's
funny.
Not Braden. It's not Braden. It's not Brady. It's Puppy.
When we moved into the house that you guys are staying in right now, he met all the kids almost immediately, and nobody in the neighborhood knew his real name. They only knew him as Puppy.
Puppy.
Are you Puppy's parents? Yes, we are.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So I appreciate you guys being on the podcast. You know, this podcast goes out all over the world.
So true.
And, it's probably one of the top podcasts
Yes.
that's out there as far as you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
top of the billboards and everything.
Anyway, so tell me a little bit. So you guys were all together at camp this year. Tell me about the camp. Tell me Pine Cove. I mean, how did you guys even end up there?
This is a great question.
It is a great question.
You ended up first.
Okay, yeah, I'll start. So I worked last summer as a counselor. I met a lot of people that worked at the Bluffs, which is a family camp, and I applied with them, and then I ended up getting offered by Will and not even knowing about City. And so one of my mentors actually worked for City, but when he was in college, and so he encouraged me to do it, and I couldn't be happier with how it turned out. So yeah,
This is the Will I've heard a lot about.
That's right. The Will Doors. The Will Flesh.
Will is awesome. And so I just decided to come back this year as full summer, and it's really awesome. I mean, I met all these people from Kansas out of all places, so it's just like wild that I'm here now. So
Yeah, pretty crazy. Came up to Kansas.
yeah, just to stop by and hang out.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and then you guys found out it's pretty interesting. There's a K-State connection to Pine Cove.
Yes.
How did that happen? Do you guys know how that connection happened?
Yeah. Huge shout out to Grace Marriott.
Shout out, Rana.
She kind of was she's from Texas, and so she went to Pine Cove and worked at her going into her freshman year of college. And then she just told all of her friends about it, and so slowly that connected to us.
Now, is she related to Luke?
Yes, cousin. That would be Luke's cousin.
Oh, okay. All right.
So really
it's all tangled together.
And so really there were a lot of people that she brought in, but I know for me, it was Ashley Kelly and Lauren Walker who really kind of introduced it to me, and so that's how I got connected.
Now, is this your first year there? Or?
This was my first
Okay.
summer. Yes.
And then what about you, Levi?
Yeah. Also my first summer, and same thing with we had our freshman year at least coming back from summer. We had a bunch of our friends go to Pine Cove because of Grace, and then coming back and then hearing about their summer and what they did. I think I was one of the first hired K-Staters the second go round. And then it was just a waterfall effect after that. It was my first year, but just being able to hear the stories that they did at camp, and then coming back and just talking about it with us was the main pull for me. So
yeah,
it's so much fun.
And Puppy, I know you were you were a part of Kaleo.
Yep.
Braden.
I was part of Kaleo.
You're not Braden, you're Puppy.
That's right. It was a crazy story of how I got to Pine Cove, but totally a God thing in terms of I was supposed to go to Kaleo in the leadership position, and then just felt God pulling my heartstrings of you're not supposed to be here, you're supposed to be somewhere else. And with that, I talked to my mentor and was like, hey, I don't think I should be at Kaleo. Like, my heart's not really in it, and I would hate to take a spot from somebody when spots are so limited. And I was like, I want to give my spot up. I'll figure something out. Like, I don't know what that's going to be, but I'm like...
You didn't even know you were going to Pine Cove at that
point. I had no idea.
Okay.
Not a clue.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm trusting that the Lord is going to put me where I need to be, whether that be in KC or, you know, in Texas, or whoever knows where it was going to be. And then I told Levi and I told Ashley Kelly about that, and they were like, well, Pine Cove needs a few more
more
male
guys.
staffers. And it's like, you know what?
They probably never have enough people, do they?
They never have enough guys. So they're like, you know what? I'll go for it. I'll interview. Like, I'll bite. Interviewed with Will. It was great. Like, super good interview.
Did he make you cry?
He did not.
Oh, okay.
He he's awesome though. Like, he's a guy I still keep in touch with, and he's great. But talked to him, and he was like, we're gonna get back to you. You just need to fill all this stuff out. Filled all that out, and was telling Levi a lot of like, I don't think I'm gonna get offered what I want. Like, I fully went into it thinking if I get first half, I'll go. Second half is like the Lord telling me I'm not supposed to be here, but I would love full summer. And I was like, I bet I'm going to get second half, and I'm just going to have to say no. And we talked about that for a long time, and got a call back from Will, and he was like, we usually don't do this, but we're going to give you whatever you want to do. Like, if you want to be here for a half, we'll give you that. If you want to be here full summer, we'll give you full summer. And I was like, Will, and I explained everything. I was like, I would love to be here full summer. Ended up there, and, you know, was like, what the heck did I just get myself into? But
Yeah.
looking back on it, it's like, man, that was the best decision, and totally a God thing that I ended up there.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
So let's one of the things I want to hear all about is camp names. So you guys get pretty hyped up about this, and it's like, tell me how that works. What actually happens? It's like you guys get together, and you're together for a week before that happens, or something, right? I mean,
orientation.
At the orientation, and that's up in Arlington and
Dallas.
in Dallas.
It was
yeah,
Fort Worth.
yeah. So I was born in Arlington. Did you know that?
I did not know
Yes, I
that.
was. So I'm a Texan. But so tell me. So you get together, you hang out, and then the whole
The name,
thing happens. Tell me what that is.
Yeah, so I think Carson would be a perfect opportunity. He got named 2 years ago, I guess, in front of the entire Pine Cove City camp.
Yeah.
Was that unique or
700
something?
people.
So in
700
front of
people.
700 people. So he got named. So
Yeah.
What was your name?
So my full name is Hitting Whips and Ripping Lips. And so I went by Rip for short.
Rip. Well, that's a pretty good
yeah.
name these days.
So it was a good name. But yeah, like last year, just like being singled out and just like throwing you on stage and just like, hey, we're gonna give you your name and just gonna ask you all these questions. So how it works is it's called a name game, and so they put you on stage in front of everybody, and you sit in a chair, and they just kind of fire questions at you, just to like get to know you better, get to know like your interests, and then like there's some silly questions that of course like just kind of get you going, and just like there's always like they try to just name something. It's fun for the campers just so they don't have to call you by your like real name. It's a fun thing for
Yeah,
them.
right.
So it kind of makes them more engaged. But yeah, so they named me in front of 700 people, and I was pretty intimidated.
That's a long name.
It is a long name.
Say it again.
Hitting Whips and Ripping Lips.
Honestly, all things considered, I feel like that's a pretty short name. Like, I feel
Oh,
like
oh, really?
Some
Yeah,
people-
some
yeah,
have
people
longer
some
names than that?
long names, yeah.
All right. Levi, what was yours?
So my full name was Sheriff Chocolate Milk. Shortened it to just Sheriff Milk.
Okay.
Basically, like, so I don't know if Carson explained this, but like it's like hot seat. So you basically just go up, ask a bunch of questions. Some of the questions that I was
Who's
asked-
asking the questions?
Everybody.
Everyone.
Oh, so
It's
they're
like
just
a-
firing questions.
It's like a room of like 50 people.
So
Okay.
our
So
entire
So
team.
usually it's
Okay.
your team, and then sometimes you'll have a second team in there.
Except for Carson had
Um,
700 people.
Yeah, he
Carson
went in
had
front of the
all
entire
8
team.
teams
Okay.
there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So he was getting asked a bunch of questions, but my name was called a planted name. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
But basically Sheriff Milk was someone that they were trying to name the previous year, and it never sold.
Yes.
So like
remember
it
that.
was like that was the thing that they wanted to name someone Sheriff Milk. didn't get sold and then became a skit character. We have skit every day of the week at camp.
Yep.
And so every week it was a skit character, right?
Not every week, but it was a skit.
A skit
some
character.
Point,
Yes. So Sheriff Milk was a skit character previous year, and then coming into camp, I was asked like a hot take that I had, and I was like, I hate chocolate milk, hate it. And then someone else asked me if I've had any run-ins with the law, and I was like, well, I've been pulled over once, didn't get a ticket, nothing, like going 7 over or something. And then my good friend Allie Herman, shout out, stands up and sells my name, and it's so funny because
She yelled it out.
You
so
have
you
to.
like give what's called a name sell. So you like get up and you're like, so Levi's a pretty cool guy, right?
Right.
And then so he needs a pretty cool name, right?
Right.
So like that was a huge thing. And then she like as she like is putting pieces together, you see, or I was up front so I could see everyone's faces like lighting up, and of returners who like know the name Sheriff Milk, and they're like, oh my goodness, we're getting a Sheriff Milk. So it was like a planted name. So it was honestly, it didn't have a whole lot to do with like who I am or like stories, but it was fun. So it was.
You say there's a new sheriff in town?
There is a new sheriff. I
It's
was
a good name though.
I could either be for my kids the entire summer. I was either bad cop or good cop.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want mean sheriff to come out. And so I would always.
So you use that, huh?
Oh
As
yeah,
a
I used
motivating.
it. I did use that.
Yeah, good tool too.
It was
Yeah.
awesome.
All right, Bennett. What was your name?
Oh, mine's long one. Mine was Monkey P. Monkey Zudoba.
What?
So yeah, there's a lot to that.
Okay, you gotta explain that.
Yeah, I think one fun thing about like having a bunch of K-State people there is that they know you.
Yeah.
And that can be dangerous for name game.
Yeah.
Just because like they all know stories. So it's they knew what they were doing for sure. So I think the first thing they asked me was, a lot of people tell me I look like Curious George. And so like that's like they asked me what cartoon character I look like. So that's where the monkey part comes in. And then when I was, Levi knew this story and asked me this question. When I was in 3rd grade, there was a snow football game, and it was like 5 degrees outside. The game was freezing, and like I was just trying to stay warm anyway. So I thought that peeing my pants would like keep me warm, so I did. It worked for like a few seconds, and then it got really cold.
Yeah.
So he asked me that question in front of like 50 people. So that's where the monkey pee part comes from.
Do you want me to edit that out of the podcast?
No, that's fine. That's
Okay.
great. That's great.
Okay.
Keep it.
And then they asked me where I'm from, and I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. And so they asked me what I do there, and I was like, well, there's not really much. I mean, we have the College World Series and a zoo. So that's where the zoo part came from. And then my favorite place to eat is Qdoba, which I learned they don't have them in Texas anymore, which kind of shocked me. But so that's the full name, Monkey P. Monkey Zudoba. So shout out Ashley Kelly.
What did you go by, Ben?
I went by Zudoba.
There you go.
So,
Okay.
Let's go.
Zudoba. That's
was
pretty
an
good. That's got a
awesome
ring
name,
to
so
it.
it was great.
That was really funny.
And Puppy, yours was pretty close to what you've been called a lot of.
Mine's Take Me Out to the Doghouse.
Yes, sir.
Like.
Oh, I didn't realize it was the full
Yeah,
thing.
the full thing is Take Me Out to the
like,
Doghouse.
take me out to the dog
Exactly
house.
right. Yeah. They asked me something about baseball, or some sport question, and that's where they got baseball, and then they take me out to the ball game, and then I explained the puppy story and how I ended up being, how that ended up being my nickname, and then I think you sold it, right, Levi?
Yeah, Chloe and Ashley both
Made
texted
it.
me and said, sell this name.
Yeah.
And then Doghouse was Houseboy.
Yes.
for-
Yes, it was. That
Kappa.
I forgot about
Houseboy.
that. They asked me about being a houseboy.
Oh,
and
'cause
stuff
you were a
like that.
houseboy, right.
I am a houseboy
That's
for
right,
Kappa
yeah.
Kappa Gamma. Let's go.
Throw what you know.
Shout out
Throw what you know.
what
Throw
you
what you know. But they asked me that, and it ended up being Take Me Out to the Doghouse, and there was a long debate whether I should go by dog or doghouse, and ended up going with doghouse to change it up a little bit.
Didn't seem too far from the truth, man.
That's right. That's exactly right. But they're fun. It's like you become those names, which is pretty funny. Like at camp, it's like you have to walk around and it's
The
super
kids love
difficult.
calling you guys those names.
Oh, it's awesome. They eat it up.
So it's
Like if you make it fun, they make it fun.
It's
Yeah.
really engaging.
Like I always told my kids, I was like, my name's not Doghouse, it's Doghouse. And they every time they saw me, they'd go, "What's up, Doghouse?"
yeah.
And like we'd pass by each other in the like going from things, and we'd be like,
yeah.
"What's up, Zudoa? What's up, Sheriff Milk?" And you'd like get your kids to say hi to them.
yeah.
Because you can't say their real name. Like you can, but it's like the whole point is they don't
Did
find
they
out.
have nicknames too?
No. They don't find out your real name
Oh,
until the
yeah,
last
I got
day
you.
of camp. So
Oh,
it's
is
like
that right? Yeah.
they're doing everything in their power to like figure out your real name, and you just can't
yeah.
give them anything.
So I saw some videos when Mom was down and with
Yep.
you guys, and you guys get pretty hyped up.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like
is this Vortex
is-
videos?
is- Well, is this?
Yeah.
Would this have been Saturday night?
Yeah, so
Saturday
Vortex.
night.
Yes.
So tell me what's happening, because I mean that's like you guys are like blowing your tops for.
Oh yeah.
That is, I feel like like, yes, we got hyped, but that was like just the little cherry on top before we start like everything else. But
Yeah.
that's called Vortex, which is like we figure out.
Saturday night is called Vortex.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we just got done with our off days. We go meet up with our team, and Will's like, "All right, tell me a couple fun things you did," and we like just kind of get reacclimated, and then we start getting hype, and they like start telling us who our cabins are gonna be for that week, and then who we're gonna live with. So it's pretty fun.
Yeah. It's like a big hype
Like,
circle before
some
the.
people were doing some of this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's that all about,
There's
man?
some
I'm like,
boat.
what
Man,
what is
there's
this?
some feral things that just happen. Like I've been on top of trucks before, like just like it's just, like one time I was on top of the Euro bungee and like
Oh my
I
god.
remember
just
that
like
actually.
they're just you just blank out sometimes and
Yeah,
but it's just like a hype circle like
Yeah.
of wild things.
Yeah.
You just kind of get lost in it a
You
little
get
bit.
lost. Yeah, you do.
and they're like, "We're gonna start with the ladies," and then all the boys start running around doing stupid stuff on the outside while they're like, "Who's gonna be what cabin? Who's gonna be all this?" And then we're gonna go to the fellas, and they switch, and
Yeah.
you figure out, okay, like the first week, me and Carson were co's, so like
yeah.
we're jumping around, and they're like, "In Evergreen 1 is Doghouse," and then you run up in the circle, and they throw you in the air, and then
Oh really?
they were like, "In Evergreen 2, it's gonna be Rip."
Yeah.
And then we like figure out, okay, shoot, that's our codes and our cabins.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Good.
it's fun.
yeah. Host home assignments too.
And host home
That's
assignments.
kind of fun because like that's who you're living with the week and
Yeah.
like that's a big deal. I feel like
It is a big deal.
It's just kind of a more like fun way to do it. Like they easily could just sit there and like read off where
Yeah.
our cabins
Yeah.
are and read off where our host
They
homes are.
got to get
But,
you guys fired up
yeah,
for.
That's
and
right.
so it just is another thing that makes it more fun. We get to know each other more and
Yeah. So tell me, do some of the chants.
oh gosh.
All right. So this is.
Oh.
All right. Do 2 or 3 for us,
Which one should we do? Do you want to
I
do
think-
it?
and
I
tell
think
us
our-
what these are. Why are you guys doing this?
So we have actually like a couple things. So we have like what's called like Gauntlet cheers. So Gauntlet is every morning we're like jumping up and down for what 35
Yeah,
minutes.
Something like that.
With
when
the kids?
When the kids
No.
come to camp. So
Oh,
since we're
like
traveling,
when they're arriving.
Like when the
so
cars
you'll
are
see
driving.
cars
Okay.
coming in with kids.
I'd be
And
tired
so-
after that.
Oh yeah, and being in like Houston was brutal with the humidity.
It's like
'cause-
95 degrees out.
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
hot.
you're like
You're used to that,
jumping
probably,
at-
aren't you?
Yeah, but it's still no joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So we're like jumping up and down, doing cheers, and then we have what's called porch cheers. So like throughout the day, anytime we're like waiting to go into like the big what's called club room, we're like doing cheers like to go in, and then
Yeah.
we also have like callback cheers too, which is like if anyone's ever on stage, we have like certain like
Words they say that
yeah, keywords.
were-
I
they
don't
like
know.
if
They're
for example
Buzzwords. That's what they're
like,
called.
yeah.
So like if someone was on the stage with a mic and they said like that worship was lit, everyone would go boom 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 boom, and like just random stuff like that. So like
Or like epic, and we would all say
Fortnite Battle Royale.
Those weren't there first half.
You
I
were
don't
we,
there.
think.
I
Those are
think
the second-
I made
second half.
lit, and I think Luke Ummel made Fortnite Battle Royale, and
That's
then
pretty
there
good.
was like
All
electric.
right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
That was lit. Boom 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 boom. Epic.
Fortnite Battle Royale.
I'm part of the team now, guys.
Let's go.
But there's like a bunch of things where if you like call it, but it shouldn't have been called, we can like yell for justice. And if you get justice, you like spin a wheel and you go on stage, and like you could either have to reveal your whole name or wear a backpack on the front of your chest the whole
Socks in your
day.
hands,
Socks on
Like
your
just
hands.
stupid stuff like that.
things.
Wheel of Doom.
And they're like, oh, like the word of doom.
The word of Doom.
Because like, so
yes.
if anybody ever said like, I don't know,
It was like everyone would choose a word, and then you would have to hit the whip in Nene
Every
the
time
word was
someone
Every time
said
the word
that.
is said, every time.
Whatever, just some random
Like,
word.
The
yeah.
kid
Some-
said it, yeah.
so it'd be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
if the word was like, I don't even know.
the word. We had one word like chicken jockey.
Yeah.
So like our PD, shout out Caleb Martin, like he got justice, and his word of doom
Was
was
chicken jockey.
Chicken jockey.
Well, who's
So-
ever going to say that?
Well, we
Oh,
all the time,
everyone.
Dad.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh.
What's chicken jockey?
It's from the Minecraft movie. and
Oh,
the kids
okay.
just
The
love
kids
it.
eat it up.
The
Yeah.
kids
That went
love
right over
it.
my head.
Oh yeah.
So like, if they said chicken jockey, you would just have to like and start
Yep.
whipping Nene really quick, and you just be like chicken jockey, chicken jockey, chicken jockey,
Yeah.
just so he like keeps doing
Or
it.
one of them was like your real name gets revealed. And so
Oh, and-
that's just like a big deal to the kids. Like the whole week, they just want to figure out your name.
Yeah.
And so when your real name like would get revealed like in the middle of the week to the whole camp, like
Yeah.
everybody would just be calling for you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it
You
is.
don't want that to happen,
No,
I guess.
no.
Yeah, it would be frustrating.
And they like the kids walk up to you like it's some crazy thing, and they're like, "What's up, Bennett?"
Yeah.
And they're just like they hold it over you like you're just some like sort of little person
Yeah,
for
it's-
it.
Like
It's
you've been demoted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're like, "What's up?" Like
Yeah.
all this stuff.
All right, so give me a chant. Give me a chant or two. What?
I don't
Pick
I
one.
feel like
Which-
our good ones. So like we have one during Gauntlet that was just like you get to personalize it, which made it fun.
Yeah.
Like the man hold up.
Oh yeah.
But we have like Pine Cove specific ones too. Like
Yeah.
Hit
that.
one.
What
Like
the
the-
city camp?
Yeah.
It's
Right.
city camp is the place to be. You
We
got
got
the
that.
Euro
All right, all right. You
Bunch
got
of
to do it
stuff.
together. Then.
I didn't know this one.
Okay. Oh, he didn't know.
Oh,
That was-
Bennett.
Do you know?
Was that
You know it,
second
right,
half?
Levi?
I know it. Yeah.
Do you know it?
Was that second half?
No, that's
No,
a
that's
that's like just a
I never
Pine
learned
Cove
that
one.
one.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Do you-
it's
we
like-
can do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
City camp is the place to be. We got the Euro Bunch, slip inside. You gotta come and see. Jesus walk the water on the Sea of Galilee. So come on down and praise him with me. Boom, snap, clap to boom, snap city. Boom, snap, clap to boom, snap city. And then you
Then you
just
just
keep doing it
repeat
over and
and
over
repeat.
again.
All right. Good job.
So-
Good job.
And then there's like you can do the man hold up one. You
Yeah,
know
I can do that
All
one.
right.
It's like, so it's when this is when all the cars are coming in the morning, and like all of us like it's like 90 degrees, like it's so hot in the morning.
But this is when you got to really be hyped
Yeah.
for the
Oh,
kids.
you gotta
set
set
the
the
Never
tone.
stop
Yeah.
jumping.
Never stop
jumping.
jumping. So it's
Stop
like
jumping.
it's like I'll do it specific to this. So there are different ones that we could do. So it's like I said, man, hold up. Because we just got this place podcast up, and then you'd go, say it loud,
Say it
tell
loud.
your story, let the whole world know this is city territory.
This is
So you just
real
personalize
media
it.
So like
Territory.
Yeah.
you literally
Yeah.
just go crazy. Like
Yeah.
And then it's
So
like
it's not that really a chant then.
well it is. So it's like he says it and then we would be like
So
I
you
said
listen to
ma-
what he says and then you redo it.
or you just like keep changing it. So
Oh,
I'd be
okay.
like, man, hold up, because Levi's got this place good news dub because of his
Okay.
shirt.
Okay.
And you
So
just say
you just-
stupid stuff like
yeah,
that, and you keep
personalize
going.
it.
It's-
We had a
Right.
lot of like frats and sororities,
Yeah.
so we would say like,
Oh.
because Grace has this place, Kappa it up,
Yeah.
and so
I
you
gotcha.
would just like personalize it. One of my like some of my favorite gauntlets were all of a sudden you would like target the entire team who's gauntleting would target one person.
Oh yeah.
So like you would never let them call a cheer, and then everyone else is like,
Just
Calling
So-
a cheer about them.
Pup has this place, K-State it up, and then someone else would say, Pup's got this place doghoused up, and so
yeah,
like
and you just
like,
keep going.
go, and
going.
the entire gauntlet that
Yeah.
day is a puppy gauntlet.
Yeah.
So-
And those were Gauntlet was literally my favorite part of camp. Like it was so
You would
much fun.
beg to go.
I
So
would beg to
gauntlet
go
is
back.
what? Is that when
The cars are driving
when
in.
that so that you
yeah.
call that gauntlet? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
What are the kids like when they're coming? They got to be like when you guys are out there
You-
like that. They got to be like
you get your fair share of like. There's kids that bring like water balloons and water guns and start shooting you and
Oh,
throwing
do they?
stuff at you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then
you're,
you also
you're cool with that probably, right?
Oh, you love it. It's hot and you're
Yeah.
like just
You're like, please.
like
Yes.
So they're throwing them out the car at you?
yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
and they love it. And then there's some kids that are like this is the most embarrassing thing ever. Like, get me out of here.
You really see their personalities
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
come out.
And then, like, the parents love it.
The
parents
younger
love
kids probably really love it, don't
Oh
they?
my
As they
gosh,
get older,
yeah.
they're probably
Yeah.
too cool for it.
100%.
It's always fun to come to like a church that we've been to multiple years in a row because they know the deal.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so like they'll like try to surprise you like with like water guns or like
Yeah.
the parents will get involved in it. So it's like it makes you feel better because like you're like doing it for the kids. If they're involved, then like it kind of spurs you on.
Yeah. Did you recognize kids? I mean, you're the only
Oh,
one that's
yeah.
been there that would come back.
Yeah, we kind of went to the same churches as my first. So I only did first half my first year, and then this year I did both halves. But I had kids. I didn't have the same campers year after year, but I had kids in like Cove cabins or like even just seeing like church staff. Or I had the same host home one. Like,
Oh, did
at
you?
Harris Creek.
Did the kids recognize you?
And yeah, and those are like we call them our host brother and sister, and so like they're like we were really close, and so it's really cool to like hang out with them.
And you probably had a different name last year, didn't you?
No, I had the same name.
Oh, it's the same.
It's the same.
Yeah.
You get so you're going to be the same names.
Forever.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
So
I
it's-
got
if
you.
you
So
don't
that's
like
why it's
it,
such
you
a big
don't-
deal.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
don't like it, you're just kind of like, that's
Yeah,
tough.
you're stuck.
You know?
Okay,
Yep.
You
All
have
right.
zero control over your own name.
rip,
Yeah.
rip.
That's right.
You got a horse?
I did not have a horse.
We need to go out to Yellowstone
I hope one day. I mean, yeah, but
and little rip action.
That's right.
So, Pine Cove, tell me, like, what do you remember, like, your favorite memory, each one of you from this summer with Pine Cove? This is becoming a Pine Cove podcast. They should,
Yeah.
they're going to want to share this on their
Sponsored,
website,
yeah.
by the way.
Sponsored by-
Sponsored
But each
by
one, like,
Real
what's your
Media KC.
and I would love. I don't know if you can talk about kids specifically, but is there a kid? I know, Puppy, you had a couple kids that really impacted you. Can you
Yeah.
guys favorite memory and maybe favorite kid that, and you don't have to say their name, but you know,
Yeah, for sure.
talk about it a little bit. You want to start, Pup?
Yeah. I mean, I honestly don't know if I could like pinpoint one singular memory that I'd be like, this is my favorite. But like, I just remember we did so many like goofy things like Mammoth Hunt or Goliath Ball and stuff like that, where it's just like part
Mammoth
of
Hunt?
camp.
What is that?
So it's like we're on a tarp
Yeah.
and we like put socks on our hands and our feet.
Yeah.
And the whole bit is that we ate some like poison and we became mammoths. And the only way for us to be saved is for the kids to pull the socks off of us. And then we're like, oh, we're back to counselors. Like, your counselors turn into mammoths. You have to go save them so you can keep doing camp. And like, for us, it's super fun. We're just like on all fours, just like riling at these kids and like throwing them around and stuff. And they're like tackling you. Like, it's war. Like, it is literally war.
It is war.
Like
They
little,
didn't know
these
it's
are littler
war.
kids, right? I mean, how old are the kids that are doing
Well,
they changed it halfway through.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
like the last
did.
week, like no one was getting him, and so like I jumped on the tarp and like tackled him down the ground.
that? Is that right?
It was
It
me
was
versus
like-
Carson.
At
the
that
entire time.
moment, it was me versus Pup. So
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
just-
but it's like fun stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then Goliath Ball is like, we are Goliaths and they're all Davids. And if we hit them with a foam sword, they have to sit down. But if they hit us in the face with a dodgeball, then we're out.
The Rock.
And it's
Rock
just
over
like
here.
this
Yeah.
kind of fun illustration of like what that actually looked like.
Yeah.
And obviously the kids always win, but it's like fun getting to do the random stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like,
You remember a kid that you really?
Yeah.
I've seen a few pictures.
I mean, I didn't like have like specific kids that I was like, man, these were way better than others. But like, there are kids that like had stories that were really cool. Like week 10, I had a kid named Santiago, and he was this super sweet little Hispanic kid and super smart kid. Like very like intellectually sound, stuff like that, but didn't really know anything about what like Christianity or like Jesus looked like. And as we're going through our Bible study, it's like you're learning, oh, creation story, then like sin came into the world and what that did, and then how Jesus had to come in and be our rescue and stuff like that. And throughout the week, you're just getting a new little bit and piece of the gospel. And like it was week 10. On day 3, one of the questions in our reflection time was like, have you accepted that gift of grace or something like that? Or
Yeah.
do you understand why Jesus had to come and die for you? And we were talking about that, and I always have my kids, I'm like, all right, everybody close your eyes, because I want them to like make it for themselves, not to like, oh, all my friends are doing it, so I have to do it. So I was like, hey, who hasn't done this, or who has? And kids raise their hands, kids don't. And then I'm like, who wants to? And Santiago's hand shoots up, and I'm like, all right, everyone's gonna pray this prayer. We pray the prayer, and they all leave, and I like hold Santiago back a little bit, and I'm like, this is what the decision you just made is. Like, let me just like explain it to you for, just in case you don't understand what it was that you made, and we're talking about it. And then I'm like, man, Santiago, I'm so proud of you. Like, this is the best decision you'll ever make in your life. And we do something called camper share on Friday, and he went up there and he's like, my name's Santiago, my counselor's name's Doghouse, and here's what I learned at camp. And he like gives this full like 5-minute long gospel presentation, and I'm just like, that is so cool to like see.
That's awesome.
See like this 4th grader go from knowing nothing to like being able to like publicly share his faith with people is just super cool. And it's like not everybody's promised to get those like kids and see the fruit of that, but like it is really refreshing to be able to see like that your labor that you are doing at camp is like not in vain, even when sometimes it's like, what am I doing here? You know, like these kids aren't listening. These kids aren't really understanding what I'm saying.
Yeah, you just never know.
You never know.
God's word doesn't return void, right?
That's exactly
It's
right.
like you might just, one thing that you said that whole week might be something that somebody remembers, you know,
For sure.
50 years from now. Who knows?
So it's cool to get to see like a kid like actually understand, like in that moment, because like you said, we're not promised that. So
Yeah.
that'd probably be mine.
Rip, what about you?
I think just favorite memory, just like we spent a lot of time like just on our off days together as like people, and so, or like just like people together in a
Driving to the
community, next church, and there's been a lot of great conversations in those travel days, and also like I think one weekend we my family, we hosted everyone at my house, and just like getting to hang out and just swim the pool and just like be like a group of college
Your parents
students.
probably loved that, didn't they?
They loved it, yeah.
Yeah, we love that
like,
too.
It's just awesome to be like a community together and just like have a good time while we're at camp. And so, but yeah, I definitely had my last week as a counselor. I had the group of older kids, and I've never had the oldest kids, and so.
Like what age group would
they
that be?
were going into 6th grade.
Okay,
and
and
so
that's the oldest.
That's the
group.
oldest, yeah.
Okay, so they're about like
10 or 11.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I had this one kid that you can just tell like he was just full of energy and so like excited just to do like we've never done camp at that church, and so it was just like he was like our cheerleader for our group, and like every day he was just so like encouraging to his friends, to me, and just like that was like a breath of fresh air for me, like in the middle of the summer, to like just watch a kid who believes Jesus and is willing to share it with all the people around him, and in that he like just made a really good time to do camp, and so that was definitely like a breath of fresh air for me.
Yeah. What about you, Sheriff Milk?
I would say probably like same thing. It was like cool to like be a part of like the relational aspect of like, I think city in and of itself is a cool, like, from what I've heard of on-site Pine Cove camps, you don't interact with your staff as much, like your fellow staffers. But
So that's
like,
city. You guys keep referring to that. That's the place where everybody comes to, right?
Okay, so there's Pine Cove and then there's Pine Cove City.
Okay.
So Pine Cove on-site camps are like stationary, like they have like places,
Several
built.
different places that
It's
people
like
go.
the overnight camp.
Okay.
It's like, oh, yeah,
okay.
very
I got
good,
you.
yeah.
Like he was talking about like family camps, like the Bluffs, like that's like an on-site camp that people go to. So Pine Cove City, what we do is like the way I explain it is just a traveling VBS. So like we like go from city to city, and put on a VBS inside a church that is like housing us for the week,
Right.
So like and then like we have campers from 9 to 4 every day, and then after that you're like just with your team. So that I think was one of my favorite parts of just like you are going so deep and intentional with like your fellow people that you're doing life with and you're doing like the ministry of the gospel with.
Yeah.
Like you're locking arms with these fellow college kids, and like you're giving up your summer, and like no one really understands that except for the people that are around you. And so I think that is probably like my favorite like relational aspect, because like for me, it was kind of disheartening and discouraging. Like I never had a kid, like my 8 weeks of camp, never had a kid come up to me and like, hey, I like turned and repented and like I now believe in the gospel. Like never had that, but like kind of like what Pup was saying, like we're not promised to see our fruits.
Yeah.
And I think my last week that was so encouraging, but also like opened my eyes, was one of our girl counselors was like, I saw a girl who like up until that point, like same situation as me, had never had a camper like accept Christ, and never had a camper for the rest of the summer, and then she comes back next year, and we're at this church, and this camper, one of her old campers, comes up to her and is like, hey, I don't remember who it was, but hey, counselor's name, I just wanted to let you know, like a couple days after like camp last year, like I accepted Christ and I've been walking with him for a year now.
Wow.
And so like
That's what we're talking about, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's like so cool to see, like she got to see that fruit of what she was like faithful to that during that time, even though she didn't get to. So I'm just like, it's really cool to see, like I know seeds have been planted, and like there's some kids that I really connected with, like with tough family life.
Yeah.
And those kids, like it hurts to like send them back into the world, and it's like I want to be with you and I want to like protect you, but just to see the growth amidst 5 days of like you're seeing confidence being built of like these. My last week was I had the crib, so it was like these 5 and 6 year old boys that are like talking about themselves, have such low self-esteem on when they come in on Monday, and then you have like you see little steps every day. So I think that was probably like my favorite part, is the like getting to see the growth of kids, because I didn't have any like older kids. My oldest group that I had was going into 4th grade, so I had like super young kids, which was so cool just to see like there's jumps from 1st to 2nd to 3rd, and then it's like just cognitive stuff that is really cool to
difference
see.
in a year.
And it was really
when you guys
cool
are
to
parents,
see.
you'll see that happen with your kids too.
Yeah.
But yeah, just growth of campers was probably my favorite thing. So
Pretty cool. Bennett, what about you?
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
excuse me, Zudoba.
there you go.
Sorry about that. I made a mistake there, people.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I can speak to all of those things. I think the biggest thing that I took away, and my favorite thing about the summer, just memory in general, was just a great picture of what faith is, and just trusting in what's unseen. Like just having conversations with everyone on our team, and like I just realized like a lot of these people like had no idea what they're getting into, like don't know what it's going to be like, don't know how difficult it's going to be. But they just like jump into it, and you just trust that the Lord is faithful, and that He'll provide, and that if we depend on Him, like He will give us exactly what we need. And so I just saw that so much in each like of the people on our staff's lives. And so I just thought that was a beautiful picture of what faith was. And then just same with like our kids, like you have no idea what the rest of their life is going to look like. Like you just like spent a week pouring out the gospel to a kid, and you have no idea, you know, where he's going to end up in life. But you just trust that we serve and love a faithful God who we can trust that He's going to like just give them the best, or He's going to have great plans for them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So a couple more things. Stories. You guys have do you guys have any stories that you can tell us? I mean, you had to have some amazing things happen throughout.
Are we talking about like
do you want a funny story?
funny?
Do you want
Well,
like
I like funny. Embarrassing's kind of fun too, but funny would be a good.
I
Yeah,
I
you
do
go
have
first.
one. So this would have been
Week 4.
week 4. Yes. Week 4. This is my first time getting the crib, so I have the youngest group of kids.
Like this is five
This
years
is
old.
just
young.
turned 5.
Kindergarten.
Just turned
Because I remember
like,
you talked about.
they're
Yes.
supposed
Did you do that
to.
the first week?
That was my first ever.
Yeah,
cabin.
yeah.
They both had crib
That's
first
how
week.
Yeah.
we met.
Oh, okay. You guys met with the crib, huh?
Yeah, we had a
Okay.
bonding experience.
Yeah.
for sure.
No, you're okay. Go ahead.
But yeah, so I had the crib that week with my boy Speedy, Dylan Hip.
Let's
Shout
go,
out.
Dylan.
And I could not have gotten through that week without him. But we had like what were called runners. So like this church was like half of it was inside, and then you had like courtyards and stuff like outside with like our activity classes that we did. But we had some runners, and we also had a pooper. So I had
pooper?
so
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
it was Friday, and so we had like it had been a tough cabin. Like we just had a lot of different needs
Yeah.
within the cabin, as 5 and 6-year-old boys do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had a kid was like, "Hey, Sheriff Milk, I really need to go to the bathroom." And this was like right after Bible study, and we were about to head to our first activity class. And normally with kids that age, they're like, they just forget about it. So unless they're like, I need to go right now. And so I was like, all right, camper's name, we'll go, we'll explain the rules of this activity class, then we'll go and like come to me afterwards, and I'll take you to the bathroom. Explain the rules. He's playing the game. So I'm like, okay, totally forgot about it. He did not forget about, well, he kind of forgot about it. But then he came up to me afterwards, after our 45-minute long activity class, and was like, Sheriff Milk, I need to go to the bathroom. I was like, okay, we go. Comes out of the stall, and he like walks up to me and is like 6 inches away from me, and he goes, whispers in my ear, he goes, Sheriff Milk, there's poop in my underwear. And I was like, oh boy. So I like go up to my leadership and I'm like, hey, what did we do about this situation? Basically what we did was we just got him changed. He had like a swimsuit that he changed into. So it was all good, but with the crib you
wild.
get
Sheriff Milk.
So what's funny is that was like a joke for the rest of camp. Like
yeah.
we had the next week, I had a cabin of girls come up to me, and like their counselors were like, "Hey, we're all gonna go up to Sheriff Milk and whisper this thing." So a group of like 7 and 8-year-old girls come up to me, and they're
Oh,
like,
they put them up to
"Oh
it?
yeah," like literally 16 girls come up to me, and they're like, Sheriff Milk, and I was like, oh no.
You knew what was happening.
Yeah,
huh?
I knew exactly. But then they whispered like, "You're doing a great job."
Oh,
And I was like,
oh, good.
Thank you, thank you. So it was just a joke for the rest of the summer. But
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
that was my main.
Chocolate milk, kind of fitting in that
Chocolate
situation,
That
right?
is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Any other stories?
I mean,
I know you guys got some. There had to be some funny things happen.
me and a guy named Adam, we were co's one
Twice.
week. We were co's 2 weeks actually. So week 6 and week 8, and every time we did obstacle course, which is like they run in, go through these different obstacles, and have to go over the rock wall, or not the rock wall, the little wall thingy, and then first one to win, and they all freak out and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I beat you! I beat you!" Me and Adam stand in the middle because it's a water activity, so we're like spraying them with water and then like also making it difficult for them to like get through. Adam, super awesome guy, just a goober, and we're going through it, and I'm like using the inflatable things to like push them out of the way and make it hard for him. And then Adam, like, keep in mind we're with the crib this week.
Little kids.
like the not fifth graders, sorry, the
Evergreen
5-year-olds.
ones.
Yeah.
And they're running up, and Adam just like picks them up and chucks them over the wall. And half these kids are like, "Oh my gosh, that was the most fun thing I've ever done in my life!" Like,
Yeah.
do it again, do it again, do it again. And then you have your other kids that like, they they land weird and they start crying. They're like, oh my gosh, and you're like, you're okay, deep breath. And they like, all right, do it again. And like, it's so much fun. Like it's hot, you're tired, and then you get this like opportunity to just like
Throw a child.
yeah, literally. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, this is so awesome. Do it again. And with that, like that became the new norm of like what we did every week after that. And it's like, it's fun because you don't understand like how difficult it is to be engaging in these activity classes, but like you have to, and you have to like find ways to make it fun for them and make it fun for you, because they can see like if you're not having fun, they're not having fun, because they feed off of you, and you know you have to do something to make it fun. And
It wears you out, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh.
And you guys
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
I don't know that you've actually recovered from the summer yet. Honestly.
I honestly don't think so.
But it's hard, isn't it? Can you
It's
talk
tough.
about that a little bit? I mean, you were telling me some of the things, Puppy, that you do.
Yeah.
Just setting up and tearing down the big bounce houses and all that's hard work, isn't it?
Shout out the
Yeah.
Inflator Bros.
It's tough for
Do you have to do that
Yes.
every day, or just
every day. We would
Kind of.
we would set up every day, which like really wasn't a lot. Like it was just like
Yeah.
some chores a little bit, but every like Sunday and like
Friday.
Friday we would do it. Like have to
Did you
take a
dread
nap
those
home up.
days? It's like that's
Sundays
Yeah.
were fun.
I mean,
kind of.
it was definitely like tough, but like I think I got to know guys like best then.
That's when you're
like,
working
when
together.
you're working together, when you're having
Yeah.
conversations, like you really
So-
like. I look back and I like all I can think about those times is that they were the most like fun memories. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't,
Yeah.
you don't remember the hard work about it.
Tell me, so what would you do like on Sunday? What are all the things that you would set up? Bounce houses, the rock wall. What are some?
Yeah.
I mean,
Projects.
and you
So
guys probably
it's-
had it all.
Yeah.
Oh, were
This
you-
was his job.
So-
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so the second half I served as on projects, which is like maintenance and like anything, like if I was if we needed to go buy things or town runs like that, I did all those random chores. So, but every day we set up the big Euro bungee, which is a big, tall, it's got a slide connected to it, a rock wall, and there's so many like pieces to it, and so it's hot metal big poles that you have to lift up.
Got to
and
do that
so-
right too.
And you gotta do it right, and you can't drop it. Like I almost lost my finger at training week because I got it smashed in between
Oh my gosh.
one of the hooks, and so thank goodness we didn't have any of those during the year. But yeah, it's a lot of work. And
So training week, you're learning how to set up everything.
yeah,
basically.
training week with projects, you go a week before orientation, and you learn all the things about it. You help pack the box truck, pack all the things that we need for the entire summer, and so it's like leadership and then projects as well.
I got you.
And so
Yep.
yeah, it's a good time. But yeah, during the year, it's Sundays are a lot of work, and not that we dread them, but it's just like it's definitely a labor.
How long would that
intensive.
take to get set up?
I think we did it from 2 to 5.
So 3 or 4 hours.
3 or 4 hours. Yeah,
It
to
honestly
6
didn't.
sometimes.
6, 7.
And
It
would
like,
you go to church with at the church on Sunday?
yeah.
And then
so
then
we'd
do
go
that?
to the late service,
Yeah.
then we'd go get lunch, and that would be our last bit of off time, and then we would go to the church and get our little things ready, and
Yeah.
then we'd go out. And so like for us and the inflatables people, we would like drop off the inflatables, and then we'd put 2 people on water bags, because there's like 46.
Yeah, and there's only one hose
Yeah.
or spigot.
What,
that we
what are
can
what
use.
do you mean water bags?
So like to hold down the inflatables.
Oh,
We don't like stake
weights.
them down.
I got you.
We just-
Yeah.
Because we do them on the.
So you'd have
like,
to fill them up with water, and that's what.
Yeah.
holds-
So like
Yeah.
me and Levi, for a lot of it, was like that was our job. Was we would go out and we'd fill all that up while they would like get them ready, and then once the water bags were all done, then we would put them next to the inflatables and hook them up, and then tie everything on to where it was like all we had to do was plug them in and
Turn
put the
on the-
hoses on, and then they would be ready to go.
Yep.
But like
Yeah.
water bags were so boring. You just sit there on the curb filling water bags for like an hour and a half,
Yeah,
and then
it had to be done.
I mean, yeah, it was
Yeah.
like if we didn't do that right away, then we'd be there for an extra hour or
Yeah.
so. So like
Water bags is first thing you do.
yeah, like we the first week, whenever our guy was like teaching us how to do it, we like had one person do water bags like at the very end. So it took us like, I kid you not, probably 5 hours to do.
Yeah, it was bad.
So that needs to be the first thing you start.
Yeah,
huh?
exactly.
Yeah.
So, but that was like his, hey, this is how you do it, like explaining everything through that. But it honestly was kind of fun. Like I enjoyed it. It wasn't bad labor, and then it was more Fridays that I
It was
dreaded.
Fridays rolling things up,
Yeah,
so you would like stomp all the air out of the inflatables at least,
to
and
be
then
able to
you
get
would-
it to.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and then you would roll it.
Those things are
And-
heavy, aren't they?
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Oh yeah, they're heavy.
We have to get them in the back of a pickup every time. So
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
that's
Like-
tough as well.
Was that your pickup?
Well, no, not that. But I did drive around. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was. I mean, that was definitely a tough.
And if you didn't roll them good enough and they didn't fit in the pickup, you'd have to like
Do
either
it again?
re-roll it or find a way to like somehow strategically make it fit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was, oh my gosh, that was brutal sometimes
Yeah.
because we did not have some good rolls.
So even though you guys were dead tired, it was worth it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
much fun.
And
Yeah.
and I think like even like it can be harder outside of camp because you're just put in a position where you have to depend on the Lord. And so I think like one important thing like outside of camp is just like, okay, like I have all this free time now. Like I'm not as tired. Like how do I find ways to rely on the Lord and just depend
Yeah.
on Him for my strength?
Yeah.
For sure.
And camp, like it's honestly easy to do that because like you have no other choice.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
100%. We like Will talked about this a lot, our site director, and like we lived this out in terms of like there were many days where we were all sick, we were all tired. We're like, I don't know how I'm gonna go out to the Gauntlet and jump for 30 minutes and then go into a full day of camp and give a camper all that I can give so that he can have the best experience. And you're like, you're dragging, and it's like week 7 or 8 or week 10, and you're like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna get through this week? And then you're like, okay. Then like somehow during Gauntlet, you're like, oh, I got energy. Like I can do this. And it's just like we're so heavily depending on the Lord, and like it's cool because like we've talked about this with one of our friends, Jacob White, a lot, and Seth Adams, who's 2 of our really good friends from Pine Cove. And it's like the Lord will give you strength to show that you're weak. You know, like
Yeah.
we know that we can't do it by our own power, and it's like the only way that this could happen is by the Lord's strength. And it's like we get to live that out because we know like if it were up to us, we would be cramping, we'd be tired, we'd be laying down and like not being able to give the kids what they deserve. But you know that the Lord, like it's so cool to see how powerful the Lord truly is, like because that's what we're preaching to these kids.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we get to see that on a first-hand basis with camp and with these kids. And, you know, they may have no idea and the parents may have no idea. But, like, when we're living together and we understand, like, wow, we're going through it. Like, honestly, we are going through it. And it's like we got close through that. Like, if camp wasn't so difficult, I don't think we'd be as close. Because you
that's
really
true.
have to, like,
that's
you
very
have
true.
to encourage each other like crazy.
Well, and this is the last thing that we're going to talk about today, guys. But I want to talk about your generation. What I'm seeing is there's a revival in your age group. Obviously, you guys, I know you guys very well, and seeing that. But it seems to me like, you know, older generations aren't on fire for God like you guys are. Why do you suppose that is? Why is it? What's happened? I mean, why is it that you guys have grabbing a hold of your faith in a different way than maybe some of the older, you know, people older than you?
That's a good question.
Deep. That's a deep
That is
question,
Deep
isn't it?
question.
Yeah, I'll kind of just speak on like things that I see at A&M.
Yeah.
So I go to Texas A&M, and this is I'll be my sophomore year, and so I think this year I've noticed just like how like in the South, like there's like everyone there's a lot of Christians that claim to be Christians, but people who walk the walk and talk the talk, there's very few, and so. But I've seen, you know, even at this stage of life, like college, where people are deciding, like, what is their faith going to be, and, like, what do I believe about my faith? And so it's been really unique through things like we have a big thing called Breakaway. It's a big Bible study at Reed Arena, which, like, we're doing a worship service with thousands of college students. But things like that where the younger generation or younger pastors are coming and speaking at those things, and people are hearing the gospel and actually like hearing it, maybe some for the first time or maybe in a new way
Yeah.
that they haven't heard. Some people have bad encounters with Christians who don't act how they should. And so, like, that's something that I think a lot of people have been encountering at A&M, is that, like, seeing a revival of believers and being in community has been, like, really good for a lot of them, and just, like, being spurred on through that. So I think A&M is really, like, blossoming with that, with a lot of believers through ministry, like the ministries that are pursuing college students.
Yeah, I think it's happening at K-State too.
Yeah,
For sure.
But it's your age group. I mean, it's really awesome to see. Honestly, it's you know, I think it's really cool that you guys are grabbing hold of your faith. I mean, for me, that didn't happen till way later in life, a lot later. So that you guys are grabbing hold, and I'm just curious as to what it is. I mean, you know, like Puppy, I know, you know, you've grown up in church, and you know, you did a talk the other day and talked about that and how it's not your parents' faith anymore, it's your faith, and I thought that was great, and I'm just curious to, you know, what it is that really has drawn you guys in.
Yeah, I mean, I think people just need hope, and that we live in a culture like where, I mean, you look at all the increase in anxiety and mental health concerns, and like with just social media, it's just like we just have a crazy generation. It's a crazy world that we're in right now, and so I think people just really need hope at the end of the day. And so I think you just have a lot of people who have tasted and seen that hope and have experienced like life to the fullest with Jesus.
Yeah.
And just it set them on fire, and it just makes them want to share that with people who are also struggling. Because like I think as much as our generation like is very like on fire, like it is also like struggling in a lot of ways.
For sure.
Like with like kids, like just with
Anxiety,
mental
yeah.
health, like it's crazy. And so I just think
agree.
like it kind of goes hand in hand. Like people like have experienced this joy from Christ and this freedom, and they just want to share it with people too.
Yeah, that's right. What do you think?
I think, well, I was going to say kind of what Bennett was saying, but like, I think especially with like social media, like being so prevalent in like our, like that I think heightens and just shows like that people are out there looking for something, whether that's like validation or some relationships or like whatever it is. I think like our generation now has been like searching for something, and I think more now than ever it's like put on a stage and you're able to see that. And so that's genuinely what I think is like, people are so much more out there with like, I'm searching for something, whether they say that or not,
right?
Whether that's like what they're posting or like what they're looking at or like whatever it is.
So
like
they're more transparent about it.
It's public. It's more known.
It's public, and it's more like like you may not, like I said, you may not come out and say like I'm searching for fulfillment or like whatever, but just like how you live your life and like, I mean, what you're searching for genuinely. And I think like that was like the opposite side of what Bennett said, but like on the same thing of like, we have kids that like have grown up in the church and like have experienced that, and they now more than ever are like, I have your answer. So it's like and I think also our generation is connected more than like anyone has ever been.
Yeah. That's,
so it's
that's
like,
a good point.
It's, you have relationships can be like, I mean, from Texas, like we can like, we FaceTime all the time now.
Yeah.
And so it's like you're able to maintain relationships and go deeper with people like further out. Like, I mean, we have the ability to like, I mean, I went to Kenya last summer, and it's like I still talk, I'm able to communicate with people that I met overseas. And so it's like, I think we're all just so connected to where now we have the ability to provide like, hey, I have your answer, of people that truly know the Lord and 100%. Are like, I see you, I see what you're posting, I see what you're doing, like I know you are searching for something. And so that's what I think is like our generation, you see more outwardly like we're searching for something, and then we have people stepping up that are just like, and like you said, younger people that are like,
I think God's raising up a generation right now. That's what
agree.
it feels like to me.
I mean,
you guys are going to do amazing things, you know. that's the really cool thing about it.
Yeah, I would just to add to like both of those things, and it's like I feel like with us being such an anxious and stressed out like generation, it's like we're also a very curious generation, and I think with that, like with our social media and with all of that, like people see like, okay, why is that person living the way he is, and why is he so happy? Because like that's not like, where's this joy coming from?
Yeah.
And you know, like people will walk around in there like trying to fill that Christ hold heart, or whatever, or that Christ hole in our heart. Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
With everything other than Christ, and it's like, okay, wait, what are these people doing that we aren't, that we need to do? And
None
I
of
think
those other things work, by the way.
exactly. It's like, I think you're right in the fact of like God is raising up a generation of that, and like I don't think it's anything we have done. Like there's nothing we have done for us to be the way we are. It's strictly like God has put us in the right places, and God has like given us community. Like I can think to myself of like the fact that I found this community is like, it's not by anything I've done. Like it's all coincidence. Like Levi and Bennett meeting.
I wouldn't even
It's
say
all-
coincidence.
Or sorry,
I think
not
God,
coincidence.
but
It's-
God ordained. you know?
Exactly. Like the fact that they met is like all God. The fact that we met Carson is all a God thing. And you know, like we look at these things and we're just like, wow, like the grace that God shows us in that is so cool, and we get to be, you know, the hands and feet of Jesus, and we get to show people like what we have tasted and seen, and it's like that's what God has called us to. And although like we're not the best at it by any means, like we're just trying to do what we can and trying to be faithful. It's
But
like
you're just taking the steps, and
Exactly.
that's more important than being the best.
for sure. So it's like
So-
that's, I think it's cool that like obviously we get to be a part of that with God, and like I talked about this a little bit in the talk I had with KCC, but just like how we are ambassadors for Christ, and how like, you know, why not take that step? Like what genuinely, what do you have to lose? Like if you accept Christ and Christ doesn't exist, then what changes on it? Like literally nothing changes, but you have everything to gain in Christ. And like I can speak on behalf of everybody here, and like, you know, this is what is so cool about Pine Cove is like everybody understands like this is what life is about. Life is about everybody coming to know Jesus and growing in Jesus, and then getting to experience the life that he gives us. And it's like I know that none of us would stop at anything to continue to make that known to other people. And like obviously we're not perfect, and we're never going to be, but we're just doing what God has called us to do. And I think that's a really cool thing that God, you know, invites us into. And you know, we just get to see it more because it's I feel like it's really known in college right now. Like colleges are around the world are seeing that very prevalently, and that's just the stage of life we're in. So it's really cool to be a part
Well, I
of.
love it. I'm so proud of you guys. I mean, this is really, really cool, and what you guys are doing is amazing. And we need to come back 10 years from now and remember that podcast and see what you guys have done. This would be really awesome. All right, so we got to wrap up here.
Okay.
So on every In a World with Real Media podcast, we have everybody do the movie voice, okay? And I'll show you how to do it.
Okay.
So you got to get really close to the mic, and you got to get that low, airy voice like that, and you say it. So, in a world with real media. All right.
So is that what you want us to do?
I want you each one to do that. Okay, you
Me
want to go
first?
first?
Go around the horn.
Oh, okay.
Go around the circle.
All right, puppy. Here you go.
In a world with real media.
All right. Next up.
In a world with real media.
Let's go. Hey, that was good.
That was pretty good.
Not bad, not bad.
In a world with real media.
Hey, thank you.
In a world with real media.
Nice. Let's
That's
go.
good.
I love the looks on your face. Everybody's like,
Gets real serious.
that's awesome. Well, thanks guys for being on here with me, and you know, by the way, so I'm going to talk to them now.
All right.
So if you want to support Pine Cove, I'm sure we'll share some links and stuff like that. If you want to, maybe you're seeing this podcast and you want to be a counselor or something like that. So reach out to these guys and take this inspiration and do something with it, and share this podcast, comment on it, like it, send it to people all over the world. We want you to do all those things. And thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the next podcast.
This has been In a World with Real Media. Thanks for joining us, and be sure to subscribe on iTunes and follow Real Media on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn so you never miss an episode.